from Bryant. Miles Plumlee, Steve, buried on the bench in his rookie season with Indiana. But the Suns saw something in him, and they would not sign off on the Luis Scola trade without Plumlee coming back in the deal.
Well, it was a good move on their part. Plumlee stepped into their starting center position, played very well, and has a bright future, really, in Phoenix because he fits right into what they're trying to do.
And here is Green, following the three-pointer by Kobe Bryant. Green, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Green's got his first bucket of the night. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lin against Dragic. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, some weak defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't plan on starting this game out like that, giving such easy access to the rim.
Now, here is Morris, averaging 10 points per contest, and Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Dragic against Johnson. 6 to shoot. Here's Morris. And that one hits back iron.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Dragic with it. Picked up by Bryant. Now, here is Morris. He's tightly guarded. And now here comes Kobe, leading the break. And Johnson with the stop.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish even.
Here's Dragic after Wesley Johnson's bucket. Morris kicks to Plumlee, and the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
Well, it wasn't too long ago that the Suns were selling first-round picks. Now the complete opposite. This team stacking up draft picks as they look to go young and rebuild this club.
Now here's Boozer, averaging 12 points a game. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the push for new talent in Phoenix really seen from top to bottom. New GM, first-time head coach, and Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah, and they did an outstanding job. They're pushing to create a very positive culture. They're really giving everybody an opportunity to show what they can do. Thus far, the results very impressive.
Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to New York.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart at the defensive end in losing that game. Just no effort.
You know, I know the fans don't want to hear it, but you're exactly right. There was no energy, no assertiveness, no aggressiveness. The defense was just lifeless. And it's not a night that they're going to look back on fondly.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Suns pick up 2. And a wide open look for Lin. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Lin's got his second bucket tonight.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Dragic dishes to Morris. He kicks to Plumlee. Outside Dragic. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Los Angeles leading by 3. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Jeff Hornacek. We discussed their defensive strategy going up against Kobe Bryant. He said, well, he probably has the best footwork of any player in the game. You can't give him any room in his jump shot, but when he's got all those fakes, it's so tough. Guys, he said he knows Kobe is going to get his points. They just want to try to limit his efficiency out there. Guess we'll see how they do.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Let's check out how the Lakers stacked up, Kevin, over the last month in the NBA statistics. First in assists, first in shooting percentage, and they're also #1 in three-point shooting. This is a team that loves to cast up shots from behind the arc.
Yeah, and the one thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all these stats, Clark, is the assists. And this is a team that has been very unselfish. They're sharing the ball, they're moving, they're really getting a good flow to their offense. And as a result, they're finding pretty high percentage shots almost every possession. Well, Goran Dragic is one of those interesting character studies. Off the court, he's very humble and quiet and laid back, but tell you what, when he gets on the court, he plays with an aggression and a fire in both ends of the floor.
You talk about Dragic, plays with a lot of heart, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He plays with emotion and ferocity and intensity. I mean, he gets into you defensively, applies pressure, and creates turnovers, and does the same thing by attacking offensively.
Kobe, that's good.
Man, a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Phoenix with the ball. They trail by 6. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will, not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Here's Lin. The Suns getting the bucket. With the floater, that's good. Lin's got 6 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Here's Bryant. Cannot hit. And Phoenix will come the other way. Lin's shot is off. Outside Dragic. Now the feed to Dragic. Six to shoot. Plumlee, the pass to Green. And it's Lin with the rebound.
That was a layup. You've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Suns trail by 6. It's Dragic with the drive. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess.
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
But he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Randall comes in for Jordan Hill. Young is subbed in for Wesley Johnson. Outside, Kobe. And Young kicks to Boozer. And a wide open look for Lin. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Lin's got 8 points. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Jeremy Lin, as you would expect, focused on addressing his weaknesses, trying to get better with his left hand, passing, dribbling, and finishing. Even his mental approach, training himself to expect success and to keep that next play mentality.
The Lakers making a switch here. Nash is checked in. Pulls it up. Here's Kobe. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He has 7.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
And Steve, the other thing that Lin has worked to improve is his defense.
Yeah, well, you look at his rate of steals and blocks, it's pretty good. And the biggest thing for him is just staying in front of his man. That's so tough to do these days in the NBA with so many lightning-fast point guards. But Lin has worked hard to improve in that area, and I think it's really paid off for him.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Suns getting the bucket. And yes, sir, that one drops.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Suns trail by 9. Outside Dragic. They set the pick. And it's Dragic off the drive. Here's Morris. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Here's Thomas. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Minnesota. Feeds it to Plumlee. Bledsoe against Young. Plumlee sets the pick for Bledsoe. Here's Morris. The putback. The dive for the ball. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Full 24-second shot clock. Bryant against Bledsoe. Morris dishes to Bledsoe. Now, here is Morris. He's covered by Boozer. And Bledsoe, here we go. That is good. Bledsoe's got his first bucket of the night.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Now, here's Nash. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
Here is Plumlee. Plumlee sets the pick for Thomas. To the middle. It's blocked.
Rebounding's going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Suns trail by 9. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Randall grabs the board.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
And Bryant the bucket on the assist for Randall. 12 points for Kobe Bryant.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
And Phoenix has possession. Outside Thomas. Plumlee sets the pick for Thomas. There's the block. Bryant gets a wide open look, and again it's the Lakers.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
Just seems like they've been a step slow here.
Thomas with the ball, averaging 13 points a contest. Plumlee the pass to Morris. Dishes to Thomas. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. And Bledsoe, here we go. And the basket good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now, here's Nash, averaging 6 points per contest. They get the rebound. Randall with the bucket.
Kevin, they've been playing with an awful lot of energy here, getting a lot of offensive rebounds. That's always an indicator of hustle and energy.
Timeout called the Suns. This their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And a year ago, they avoided any mistakes winning the season series against this club.
Ed Davis is checked in for the Lakers. Bledsoe has screen on Nash. Now, here is Morris. Guarded closely. Plumlee in the post. Right now averaging 7 points a game. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Steve mentioned the success they had against them in their contest a year ago. They did exactly what they needed to do against them.
Yep, it was a solid performance from them. Most times they got together. They should have them feeling good about their chances today. Well, they find themselves with a big deficit here in the first. One category that jumps out at me, second chance points. Only one bucket for them.
They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Bledsoe kicks to Thomas. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Tucker. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Tucker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
And here's Kobe. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York. And again, it's the Lakers.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so